Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to this special episode where I'm going to talk about tax terrorism in India. India is actually seen as a tax terrorist country outside India. There's so much of a problem in taxation. So I'll just give you some stories. I met one friend in Dubai. He said when he was in India, that was many years before. Let me make one thing very clear. We are not talking against BJP. We are not talking against the government, right? So when the Congress was there, also the same problem was there. So this is irrespective of the party or irrespective of the government. So this is the system problem. The system is like this. So the more details will follow. So what this friend told me, so he borrowed 1 crore loan. You borrowed money, 1 crore from somebody. After 1 month, he returned. Again, next month, he borrowed. So like this, over a period of 1 year, he borrowed 1 crore 6 times. And 6 times he returned. And then the income tax officer did not agree to this. He treated this entire 6 crore as his income and asked him to pay the tax. So it was a very big dispute. And forget about all this. At least he was an Indian. It was an India-related issue. One lady is working in US. She's making money in US. She's an NRI, not liable to pay any tax. She sent the money to her brother to buy some property. That was about 1 crore. What brother did, the seller of the property, he demanded only cash. So he withdrew the money from the bank and went to the seller. Then there was a problem, some disagreement with the seller. So the deal did not go through. He came and deposited the money back into the account. Let us say on Monday he withdrew 1 crore cash. Tuesday he deposited the cash. This also happened not during the BJP period, even before that. Income tax department sent a notice to him. You have deposited 1 crore cash. Where did you get it? That was your income. You did not show that as an income. So for that 1 crore is considered as your income. So you pay 35 lakhs tax. 35 lakh tax, and then 70 lakh is a penalty, 10 lakh is the interest. Right? So if the income tax department says that, you concealed the income, 100 rupees, they will send the notice only after 4 or 5 years. They will say 35 rupees is the tax, 30 rupees tax plus surcharge 5 rupees, 35 rupees is the tax, 200% penalty. So then plus interest. So that means the entire 100 rupees you have to pay. So what this guy has done, see, my sister is working in US. She sent the money. The money I withdraw from the bank only I deposited. Where did I get my income? Right? The best part of the joke, if he was unemployed, he has no income at all. Then, he went to the appellate tribunal, nothing worked out. He went to the high court. Then high court heard his case and gave a clear instruction that, so income tax department should not ask for a tax because he withdrew the money from the bank. That money only he deposited, so he has no income. Then what happened? The income tax officer was dealing with this case. After getting the court order, he went silent. After 2 years, so that guy got transferred. Another guy came. Despite the high court order, he again sent the notice. You pay tax so much. Right? So that guy is running up and down, So, the kind of harassments. No need to say here, there is this company called Cave Coffee Day. I think its founder committed suicide. So in a suicide note, he has written, this is a harassment from the income tax. I'm committing suicide. Right? So that's a 1,000 crore company, So 1,000 crore company people, can commit suicide because of harassment from income tax. Right? And now I'll just give you another story. So let us say if I do a business in Singapore. There, from January to December is the financial year. You do the business, the government will never disturb you. After you do the business for 1 whole year and you see what is the sales, what is the profit, what is the turnover, So by middle of April, you submit the documents to the government. What the government will take about 1.5 months, 2.5 months time. So they will assess it. Okay, sir. So this is your turnover, this is your profit. So this is your total income. So this is the total income tax. $12,000 is the income tax. Sir, you can pay the $12,000 by end of July, or during the next 12 months, you can pay $1,000 every month. 12 equated monthly installment without any interest. So that's one thing. Second thing, if your turnover is up to 6.5 crore in Indian currency, that's about 1 million Singapore dollar, you don't fall under GST. So that, most companies, smaller companies will not come under GST. But in India, what happens, if you are in a service industry, the moment you cross 20 lakhs turnover, you come under GST. If you are a product company, the moment your turnover is more than 40 lakh, you come under GST. And then during the business cycle process, you have to pay money to so many people. You have to receive money from so many people. Whenever you have to pay money, 100 rupees to somebody, you only pay 90 rupees. 10 rupees you deduct and pay to the government. What they call it as TDS. Or anybody has to pay you 100 rupees, he will pay only 90 rupees. Remaining 10 rupees will go to the government as a TDS. That's one thing. Second thing, 3 months you run the business, end of June, okay, you have to now sit back and then decide how much profit you made for 3 months. You have to extrapolate the profit for 1 whole year. Then, you have to pay some advance tax. You don't pay advance tax, they will charge interest for that. One side TDS, one side advance tax, another side no, you go and buy anything. Let us say you want to go and buy a car. Okay, they will deduct some tax called TCS, tax collected at source. So every payment TDS, once in 3 months, the advance tax, and then you pay TCS, tax collected at source, right? So this this makes the life very hell for the people who are doing the business. They are not able to do the business peacefully, right? And then, apparently outside they talk, okay, in Singapore they charge only 17-18% tax. We are charging only 22% tax. So there's only 4% difference. But the thing is, it is not the 4%, right? Look at, there is no TDS in Singapore. There is no TCS in Singapore. There is no advance tax in Singapore, right? So, that makes doing a business is so difficult. Right? Also irrational, things. Again, as I told you earlier, we are not talking against the government. We are not talking against any party. Our system is like that. Okay, I'll give you one example. Right? If I had a problem, this is a genuine problem. It was a mistake. Okay? Now, I just call an income tax officer in Singapore. I explain to him. See, this is the real story, but I think income tax department misinterpreted this. I'm not liable to pay any tax, but you are asking for tax. Then if that officer understands you, then you say, okay, sir, I think it is mistake from our side. We will just close the case, sir. You don't have to pay tax. But do you think that can happen in India? In India, you go and meet an income tax officer, explain your problem genuinely. You know what he will say? Sir, I understand your problem, sir. You are very genuine, sir. But what we can't do anything, sir. Our rule is like this. Income tax rule is like this. Then the next question comes. How come in Singapore, the income tax officer is not talking about the rule? How come an Indian tax officer talking about the rule? Because in Singapore, the government has given the power to the income tax officers. If you feel that this is a genuine guy, you can just close the case. But here the government has not given. Why the government has not given? Okay, I will tell you what will happen if the government gives the power. Right? So what this income tax officer will say, sir, your problem is genuine, sir, but the income tax rule says that you have to pay 1 crore tax. Sir, you pay me 10 lakh rupees bribe, I will close the case. Because in Singapore, there is no corruption, there is no bribe, nothing. Right? But in India, you cannot do that. So that is why the government has not given the power to the officers. Right? So what happens, you go on a road without helmet in a two-wheeler, the policeman will say, the traffic police will say, sir, you go to court, you have to pay 2,000 rupees fine, sir. They're saying, he is threatening you. You go to court, you have to pay 2,000, better pay me 200 rupees, right? So this, the entire system in India is a corrupt system. And I do not know what is going to happen in future, how things are going to change, right? But the system is like this. Okay, then now the question is that why all of a sudden I started talking all these things, right? That is because some news which I have seen yesterday. So this is a news that came in Mint newspaper. Okay, story of a Karnataka-based farmer's short stint in F&O that landed him in soup with the taxman. And see the story. This farmer has traded in futures and options in the financial year 2014. Number one, he is a farmer. Most probably, he will not have any knowledge in trading in futures and options. What would have happened most probably, somebody would have approached him, would have told him, you give me the money, I will trade in your account, I will make profit for you, and he might have lost. Okay, that's a different story. Let us not go into that. So there was a loss of 26 lakh rupees in his account. Being a farmer, he does not pay income tax, right? So he doesn't file income tax return. So anyway, he lost money in futures and options. So he thought, no need to show it income tax. So he did not report. What the income tax department see, what happened in 2014, they reopened the file in 2021, okay, and asking for clarification for the high value transactions. What happened? You trade in futures and options, the data goes to the exchange, from exchange data goes to income tax, right? So they know that you are transacting, but they do not know. See, if they can get the data from NSE, they can also get the data from NSE whether this guy has made a profit or loss. But the income tax department gets the data of only the transaction or some transaction happening, but they do not get the full picture. So I do not know how this system works. So since he's being a farmer, I don't think that he will be having some email ID, because he like somebody would have approached him for trading, he would have opened the email ID for him. So this farmer did not check the mail. And then on not getting a response, IT department passed ex parte order treating 69 crore sales plus purchase amount as income. And again, another thing I'll tell you, in 2014, how they used to calculate the turnover for futures and options? So let us say there is a share trading at 100 rupees, lot size is 1000. So 1000 into 100, 1 lakh rupees. Okay, you buy one lot. The total value is 1 lakh, but actually you pay only 10,000 rupees to buy that share. So you pay 10,000 rupees, buy the shares worth 1 lakh rupees, then profit or loss is yours. Let us say you buy for 1 lakh rupees and sell for 1 lakh 100 rupees. That means his profit is only 100 rupees. So he paid money only 10,000 rupees. His profit is 100 rupees. But for income tax, how they calculate the turnover? Buying 1 lakh, selling 1 lakh 100 rupees. So the total turnover is 2 lakh 100 rupees. So like that they calculated the total turnover has come 69 crore. And see, 10,000 rupees is the capital, profit is 100 rupees, but the turnover is 2 lakh rupees. Now what the income tax says, that the entire 2 lakh rupees is your income. Now you pay 35% tax, 60% penalty, 10% interest, and then return the entire money. So on getting on not getting the response, IT department passed order treating 69 crore sales plus purchase amount as an income. He does not check the mails, did not see the notice. In May 23, demand order for 68 crore comprising tax on income, interest, penalty sent to him. He did not check this mail also. Then in December 24, IT department freezes his bank account. He is filing for appeal to dispose the tax. And here the problem is that if the income tax department say you have to pay 100 crore, you don't agree to it, you can go for appeal. But for going to appeal, there is a condition. First, you have to deposit 20% of the dispute amount. Income tax says 100 crore, you say 0. So that means the dispute is 100 crore. So 20% of that money you have to deposit, then only you can go for appeal. So now this farmer, he want to go for appeal, the total demand is about 70 crore, right? So 20% of 17 crore is 14 crore. So this farmer will have to arrange for 14 crore, he has to deposit 14 crore and then only he can go for appeal. But then where he will go for 14 crore, right? So he runs the risk of other assets getting attached for tax recovery till the case is pending. Now the bank account is frozen. Now with the PAN card, Aadhaar card, he must be having some land holding, house, right? Now income tax department will start attaching all the properties. So this guy will become literally a beggar, right? So somebody traded in F&O, right? And in last 26 lakh rupees, now his entire life is gone, right? So, so this is how, like, where will you go? You can't go to the government. Any officer you go, they will say, this is the rule, right? So now you understand why so many people leave India. Last year, and 225,000 people have left India, right? So one of my friends, he posted a tweet, right? Most countries, they produce the goods and export, right? Look at Japan, Sony TV, Toyota car. So they're all being produced there and exported. Look at Germany, BMW, Benz, their cars are being produced and exported. What India does, okay, India produces all the intelligent people and then they export it to other countries, right? And look at the Fortune 500 company, most of the companies are headed by Indians, right? So, Google, Sundar Pichai, I must specifically mention this, once I landed in Chennai, one customs officer asked me, you show me your passport. So I showed my passport because my passport is a foreign passport. So he said, my name is Sundar. Oh, Sundar Pichai, go. He said like that, So people, India is exporting all the good quality people, retain all the bad quality people. And then, the entire system is so corrupt, right? And there is no solution for this. So I really do not know. I'm painting a very gloomy picture, right? But the reality is like that only. So let us see something happens so that, things improve in future. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.